another episode of the Walking Life's Journey podcast. For those that are joining us for the very first time, we say thank you. But those that have been walking this journey called life with us, we say welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. I am one of your hosts, Nikkita White, joined by...
Oh, you're going to let me go second again. Lorenzo White, the daddy.
And I'm Keyondra White, the daughter.
Well, I'm the mom. So thank you again for tuning in. Those that are listening to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean, or TuneIn, we say thank you. But guess what? You can watch us on YouTube, Walking Life's Journey, and you can also join our Facebook group called Walking Life's Journey and get a daily dose of morning inspiration.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So what's on the agenda for today? What we got going on?
Before we even get to the agenda and the topic, I'm excited. I'm excited because this is the month of March, and we kicked off this journey as far as our podcast in January, and that means January, February, March. We're rolling into our third month, and that means we got a little bit of consistency. Woo, woo. We like that. But no, guys, seriously, thank you for tuning in. And we hope that you share, subscribe, like, so that we can continue to just share the words that we have about this journey called life and hope that you are getting something out of it. We have appreciated the comments that you all have been putting in there. We've been trying to respond to them. So you guys keep them coming. And if you have any topics that you wish for us to talk about, put them in the comment section.
Word. Now.
Our last episode, we were talking about loving yourself. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We were talking about having like self-esteem and self-confidence, self-awareness. But the question today.
How did the question come about? Well, actually, I think when we were wrapping up that last topic, we closed it down and we just kept talking and it came up. I think that's how it came up.
You're right.
What was the question?
The question is, have you ever lost yourself in a relationship? And you are correct. We were already on a roll the last time we were recording, and sometimes you just can't stop talking and you're sitting there. It was like, wow. We can talk about loving ourselves all day long, and we can talk about having the confidence and being aware of ourselves. But what happens when you do get in that relationship, whether that's a friendship, a dating relationship, a marriage, anything that's a relationship, right?
Even with your kids.
Yes. Do you ever lose yourself? So that's the question of the day. Man. I'm going to pass it right on to the daughter. So, Keyondra, have you ever lost yourself in a relationship?
I think I have. Yes, I have.
Okay. Mm-hmm. You already know you can't just say, yes, I have. It's right here. So, tell me more.
I thought you was going to ask a follow-up question. But, like they said, it's actually, you might think like, oh, I've never lost myself in a relationship. Like, I know who I am. But it's actually easier than you might think it is, easier than it seems, because when you're around someone consistently all the time, y'all start to pick up each other's mannerisms. You just start becoming like one. So then when you lose that person and you lose everything they brought, you're kind of like, wait a minute, what do I like? What do I do now without that person? So even if you don't lose your entire self, I feel like you at least for me, I at least lost like a piece of myself, even whether it be friendships ending or even like a relationship ending.
Good. I like when you said you guys start liking the same things, doing the same things, and so if that relationship ends, it's kind of like, what do I like? You think back when you hear folks go through a divorce or something, and they're like, I had to learn to be myself again.
You had to learn who you were all over again. Yeah,
you had to learn all over again, which means I gave that relationship all of me, and I probably picked up some things along the way that I would not have done if it was just me, right? Mm-hmm. But I mean, I think about when we first started dating, I'm pretty sure you loved sports.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But I loved Lifetime. And so that Sunday, basketball, football, it became Lifetime movies. And you began to love watching Lifetime, but I'm pretty sure
love is strong word.
You began to
watch them. Watch them.
We'll say he began to watch Lifetime with me, but I think you would have preferred
absolutely
to watch the football game or the basketball game. But because we were in a relationship together and it's a give and take, mm-hmm. you gave me the opportunity to watch Lifetime on Sunday.
And she took all of it too.
Talk about a good opportunity. So I like what you were saying. You kind of forget or you switch it up mm-hmm. to make sure that the person that you're in a relationship with, the friendship or whatever, feels valued.
Yeah. That's a good point. The other thing too, to go along with what you said when you lose that person, you don't necessarily even have to lose that person or that relationship. It can be just, okay, when I'm not around this person, I'm so used to doing things with this person.
Oh yeah.
Just like, and for me, it was a little bit different because, being in the military, with deployments and different things like that, mm-hmm. my hand was kind of forced as far as having to be without you guys. So when it came to and this is before I even met like friends and stuff over there, whenever I would go places, being comfortable with being by myself and, getting over the awkwardness of sitting and eating dinner alone and, those type of things. So it doesn't have to necessarily be the end of a relationship. It's just whenever you're not with that person. Mm-hmm. So.
You said that. I gotta laugh because we just took a girls trip to Vegas. And one thing, anytime you and I are together, I don't drive. And so being the girls trip, rented a car and I did all the driving in Vegas. And it was one point.
She missed me, y'all. She missed me.
I did. I mean, I know I'm definitely capable of driving, but we were going in this garage. And it was just going higher up and higher up and higher up. And all of a sudden, I just started laughing. I said, wow. Oh, do I miss him? I do not drive when he's around. And I'm like, dang, I am driving in Vegas. Like, one, I knew I can do it. Mm-hmm. But the comfort level of having you there all the time, I don't think I've ever paid attention as much as I had to driving for a whole week in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
So I was definitely used to having you there. I appreciate you.
Oh, yeah. So to go along with that, and since we're already talking about it, how we know it's important, mm-hmm. Not to lose yourself in any relationship. Like we said, whether it's with your significant other, friends, family, even, down to your kids. Mm-hmm. What are some things that can help you? You know what I'm saying? Keep you from losing yourself. Or we don't claim to know everything, but in your experience, what type of things have helped you out?
Yeah. So for me, I realized I take relationships very seriously. So when I consider you a friend or a significant other, anything like that, I like to care for that person, and I'm really a giver. And I found that if I'm constantly giving to other people, that's a way I could also lose myself. But a way to prevent that from happening is to also put your needs first before others. Don't just think about giving and helping out, even though that's just second nature for me to help someone, but you have to also put your needs first. So I think putting your needs first, thinking about yourself, mm-hmm. Not losing your values in relationships and stuff will help you not lose yourself.
Okay.
So knowing your own worth and making sure in a relationship you all communicate about what each other need, and what each other like. And it's okay not to like what your friend or someone you're in a relationship, it's okay not to like it. That doesn't mean you got to stop doing it because they don't like it. Right. It might mean that's something you're going to do solo, or that's something you're going to do with another group of friends, or, you're not going to do it with your spouse or your significant other, but it's a different person that you're going to do that with. I know there's things that you don't necessarily like to do with me, and Keyondra, you want to go shopping, you want to come here, we're going to go do this. And I just know who to ask to go with me.
Okay.
I think that's the biggest thing for me, and being true to yourself. Yeah. And not allowing every friendship and every relationship to connect to you and control you. When we were dating, I think you and I got to know each other so well that our friends would probably think we pushed them to the side and took care of our relationship. I'm pretty sure there's a couple of your friends, not mine, because they know where they stand in my life, that really got jealous that you chose this relationship over that friendship at the moment, because people didn't think it would last to this level. Maybe.
No comment. Nah, but I could see something like that. It's hard when you get into a relationship, especially a new relationship, when you are connected to so many people that you have given your time and your energy to, and they're used to a certain thing, and that energy looks different. It's shared. So I could, those things can be an obstacle. Go ahead.
I just had a conversation today, and we were talking about our energy and how you give. When do you replenish to make sure that your energy can stay where it needs to be so that you can show up the way you need to? And we had that conversation today, and sometimes you feel deflated because you have, as Keyondra said too, you've given. So that's even you losing yourself because you've given to every relationship. You didn't save anything to build yourself back up. So you got to find what builds you up.
Yeah, you got to find those moments when you can actually be grounded. When you find those things or people, that's able to help you get grounded and not, lose yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very important.
Absolutely. Very, very important. Yeah. So again, the question was, have you ever lost yourself in a relationship? And I think for the most part, the answer could be yes. Whether that was a young relationship, whether that's a relationship you're in now, whether, again, it can be a friendship, it can be a dating relationship, it can be, like you said, kids relationship. Because I think even when we think about being parents, that's a good one. When you think about being parents, you provide. You do. The schedule surrounds your children. Yeah. And again, we only birth one, but we have been chosen to be the godparents of many. And so you try to be at the different things to the point when you become an empty nester, or they're driving, you're like, whoa, hold on. I got time on my hands. What did I do at this time? And
you forget the things that you enjoyed because you're so much of yourself is wrapped up into that individual. Yeah. It's being a parent is a huge way to lose yourself.
That was a good one. And you did bring that up. Because I think sometimes people are like, oh no, I'll never lose myself to a man. I'll never lose myself to a woman.
Go ahead.
Lose ourselves to our kids.
It's been plenty of times when Keyondra has been sent off, or she's out doing her own thing. We looking at each other like, what you want to do? I don't know what you want to do. And end up not doing anything because we, for one, just beat down, tired, but just trying to figure out, okay, what do we like doing without her, and then actually executing those things and actually doing them. So
it's crazy because she's always enjoyed hanging out with us, even now. So she's like, what we doing? What we doing?
I'll be like, man, get up out of here.
I'm going on a date.
That's right.
With my husband.
With her husband.
Y'all got the house.
They act like they is not going to miss me. They like when I come bothering them.
Now, I didn't say I didn't like it. I love having you home, and I love the relationship that we have built. It's a different type of relationship when they become adults, right?
When they become responsible adults.
Yeah. Well, she's definitely a responsible adult.
No, I'm saying because there's a difference between somebody becoming an adult and being a responsible adult. Because just because you've aged and you're grown, you could still be doing a bunch of stupid stuff. I'm not trying to. I ain't trying to throw no shade or roast you or nothing like that. I'm just saying.
I get it.
Yeah. So you're at a level of maturity to where I feel like, okay, she understands. You know, yeah, I'll leave it at that. So my relationship with you is better, or can be better, instead of being more dictatorship, me telling you what to do versus, okay, she a grown woman. Yeah. She got her own mind. She's making good choices. Yeah. Let me see where this gonna go. So that's all. I'm sorry. Just saying.
I like that.
So we talked about how to not lose yourself in a relationship, but how do you find yourself again if you have lost yourself in a relationship?
I think, and I'll go back to what I was saying before, finding those things that ground you, right? Whether it be somebody a close friend that you can depend on to actually tell you, hey man, to get you back on track. That's what I think, man. Like having somebody that can be honest with you, or that you can actually be yourself with, to pull you out. Because, dude, when you lose yourself and then that other individual isn't there, be it, you guys are no longer together or they're just away from your space, it can be a lonely place to be in. Depression, different stuff like that. Because I can tell you from experience, like when I first went in, I got orders to Turkey.
Yes.
And yeah, I was 17 when I came in the military. Yes. I was 18 when I got stationed in Turkey. I was missing your prom. Yes. I was missing everything dealing with you in graduation. You know what I'm saying? And your birthday. I actually got to Turkey on May 10th, like 3 days before your birthday. So I was already, a young dude in a overseas country, not knowing what was going on. Yeah. And I can honestly say I stayed in my room. The only thing I did was work and go to my room. Yeah. That's it. True. And I didn't realize at the time I was depressed, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been spending so much time with you and been used to you that I didn't know who I was and what the thing, I knew I liked things, but it was just different. It just hit different, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And it was like, I ain't necessarily want to do anything. Yeah. My whole mindset was I'm going to do these 15 months. I'm going to stay in my room, work, and I ain't meeting nobody, you know what I'm saying? But that, and then meeting somebody that actually pulled me up out of that was one of the best things. So having good people around to,
that's funny. You in Turkey tell us I'm going to do these 15 months. Well, we moved to Idaho. I said I'm going to do these 2 years. I don't want to meet nobody. I don't want to work. I just want to come do these 2 years, and I'm going back home.
Oh, yeah.
Same mentality. Didn't necessarily pan out that way.
Mm-hmm. Still here, y'all. Still here.
Yep.
It's okay, though. We definitely have built some great relationships here. Mm-hmm. And I think, honestly, when we were thinking about this topic, one thing that came to my mind is it's time to go to the lost and found. It is time to go to the lost and found. But also knowing some of the things that we've lost that we felt like, nope, that's me. That's what you're going to get. That's who I am. Some of those things we needed to lose.
Yes, sir.
That's true.
And then some things that when we lost, we found a different version of ourselves that was definitely, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, you know how your kids leave stuff behind their school, and then you go to the lost and found, you be like, oh, that look better than what he had. I'm not saying that we did. I'm not saying we did nothing like that, but they've sent.
I would never send him to the lost and found.
No, they sent some stuff on. We like, hey, this ain't his.
Yeah.
Well, this ain't hers. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
No, that's true. So you went to the lost and found, and you got something that was
some good stuff. That's all.
What you actually lost.
Well, I saw some good stuff. I ain't take nobody else's stuff.
No, you did. But it's a good way to look at it.
Absolutely.
You can go to the lost and found, and yeah, I've lost this off of me. I lost this off of me, but ooh, now that looks better for me. So I've gained that, and I gained that. That's good.
Oh yeah.
So, is it time for you to go to lost and found, or can you truthfully recognize that in the process of losing, we say losing yourself, but allowing relationships to mold you or shape you, was there some good out of that? And I can definitely say yes.
I can say yes as well.
There's some things that needed to fall off, and then there's some greatness that have been placed upon me that I am loving. So sometimes you lose yourself in a relationship, friendship, children, anything like that, a relationship. You lose yourself, but if the right person come along, they're able to help build a better version of you.
Yeah, it's really just like losing. It's like losing parts to make room for your growth, because you can't.
Go ahead,
Go ahead.
Go ahead on.
It's Joe College over here. Yes, we paid to send her to college.
We're growing, but that's true. That's true. I like that. So, are you going to the lost and found? And are you picking up the same old things that's been sitting there weighing you down? Or are you ready to find some new uplifting things to add to who you are? That's a question. You going to the lost and found?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
I already told y'all about me at the lost and found.
He finding new things.
Finding new stuff.
We will not send him to your child's school for the lost and found. But that is true. They do sometimes send things back. Say, this looks like it was hers, or it looks like it was his.
No, take this back.
And now some stuff you do need to send back, because that is not for us.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Don't go to the lost and found picking up things you don't need. Things that just bring you down.
And she has spoken. So, thinking about any relationship that you have been attached to, if you can truthfully say, yes, I've lost myself because I was a single mom and I gave my kids everything, or I was a single parent and I gave my child everything, or I was in this marriage for 52 years and then we got a divorce. I don't even know what to do next. Whatever the situation is that you feel like you've lost something of yourself, step back and make sure you can figure out what it is that you need to reground yourself so that you can either become a better version of you, or really find out who are you and what are the things you like to do.
Yeah. All those things that you put to the side because of those relationships.
Yeah.
Try them out.
Yeah.
See what that do.
Good. Yeah. You also asked that question, like, if you find yourself like losing yourself, how do you make sure you can reconnect?
Yeah.
And I think in this year, one thing that I've done with a group of my friends, we've started like a group chat where we are texting, whether it's inspiration in the morning, whether it's pray for me, this is happening, whatever it is. And then, this is real. Our group trip finally made it out of the text message phase. And we are going on our first grown-up girls trip where we are just flying in and meeting up with each other. And for me, travel has been on the radar. It started really right before COVID and things changed. So we're getting back to that idea of travel, newness, travel. And that's all I see. And some of the trips, yes, they're with my man. Yes, they're with my family. And some of them is like, no, I'm getting some me time on this one. Yeah. And I'm going with my girls. So do whatever you need to do to work that out for yourself.
Yeah. Speaking of me time, just like you plan to go on a date or hang out with your friends, you should also like plan to hang out with yourself, go on your own outings, take yourself to eat, to just spend some time with yourself and getting to know what you love yourself.
Absolutely. The more you do it, the more comfortable you'll become with being with yourself.
I
Some people don't like being with themselves because they don't like themselves. Or, nah, I'll leave it at that.
They just don't like themselves.
They don't know what to do with themselves.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
They don't know what to do with themselves?
Yeah. Or they need other people for validation. It could be a whole lot of things. But treat yourselves.
Yes.
Get used to yourselves and just overall love yourself, man. Yeah. That's what it's all about. We only get one life, you know what I'm saying? One time. Yeah. Ain't no replays, ain't no redos.
No. And on this journey called life, do know things are going to hit you.
Absolutely.
Sure. Don't focus on the thing that hit you and knocked you down. Focus on what you're going to do to regroup, get up, head to that lost and found, go get what you need, and keep it moving. Y'all agree?
Yeah. You said it right.
Got to keep on moving.
Keep on moving. Well, guess what? That is it for us for today. I am Nikkita White.
I am Keyondra White.
And I'm Lorenzo White.
And always remember, on this journey called life, you are key to your success. Till next time. No.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no. Yeah.
Where can they find us, Mr. White? Tell them again.
Lowe's, Zamzo's, Home Depot, Best Buy, parking lot on the 5th Friday of the year. I'm sorry.
You might not see us there.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm going to try this. Keyondra, where can they find us?
You can find us on Apple Podcasts.
Spotify.
Yes. Podbean.
Yes.
YouTube.
And
TuneIn.
Facebook.
Yes. And on Facebook, make sure you join our group, Walking Life's Journey, because you will get a daily dose of inspiration.
And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, do whatever you do so you can know when we upload.
Yeah, and most definitely, with this conversation right here, definitely share with us if you guys don't mind. What do you guys do when you find yourself in that situation where, man, I'm losing myself? What worked for you guys? Because as she stated earlier, we're a community. Anything we could share with somebody to uplift them and give them ideas, we're all for it. So,
yeah. Until next time, see you next week. Have a good one.